Nice to see you. I'm Lisa Taylor, and I am so happy to be here. Let me know where you're watching from because it's always fun to know where people are around the world. I have this really cool story that I want to share with you. The concept that when we express any little bit of goodness, like even just a little bit of good, that concept that that little bit of good includes all the good of God is a really powerful concept. And it helps us in lots of different ways. But I wanted to share this story with you. This is what years ago when I was taking care of my mom, and she was overcoming a challenge and was not able to sort of get around a lot physically. And I didn't have a wheelchair. I was wheeling her around the house in like a little office chair, which is actually a really good sort of trick if you need that. If you need that idea, it's a really cool idea. But I thought, it'd be fun to take her outside in nature and the sunshine. And I thought, well, I really need a wheelchair to do that. So that's a good thought, right? It's a good thought to want to be able to offer somebody nature and the outdoors and sunshine and be of service. So I just kind of opened my thought to that idea and thought, well, this is a good idea. Well, there's a quote in Science and Health where Mrs. Eddy says, she answers the question, what is man? And part of that answer is, we are the compound idea of God, including all right ideas. So if I'm a compound idea of God and I include all right ideas, and I've just had a good thought, that's a good unselfish thought, then included in that thought is all the intelligence of mind with a capital M, God. All that God imparts, Mrs. Eddy says, moves in accord with him, reflecting goodness and power. So I impart all that God imparts, moving in accord with him, I reflect all that goodness and power. So as I am walking out the front gate of the house, I think, I try to go out running every day. And I was going out for a run, happened to have a moment, and I usually go in one direction. And that particular day, I was sort of thinking about the wheelchair and I thought, why don't I go in this other direction? And I thought, why would I go in that direction? And I thought, no, I'm going to listen. It's like a little angel thought. So I went down a street that I don't usually go to, turned a corner, went down another little street. So like a block and a half away, not even like a block away from my house, there on the side of the road are 3 wheelchairs, all different shapes and sizes. Like one had footrests, one had arms, one didn't. And I thought and they were just out for the trash. And I thought I have my pick of, I can have one of 3 wheelchairs and I can choose the style. It was like going shopping for a wheelchair. And I wheeled one home completely free, left less garbage for the trash man to pick up, wheeled one home and was able to do that, went for a run in a different direction. But it was like, there's that other quote, this is also in Science and Health, where Mrs. Eddy says, the substance, life, intelligence, truth, and love, which constitute deity, are reflected by his creation. So I was reflecting all of God, all the intelligence, all the truth, all the love. And then she goes on to say, and when we subordinate the false testimony of the corporeal senses to the facts of science, we shall see this true likeness and reflection everywhere. So when I subordinated the facts of, well, I don't know where a wheelchair is, I don't know how to get it, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on something that I need for a week, that kind of thing, I was open to a solution. I was open to finding a creative way of solving this problem. I was open to not looking at the material evidence, like there's no wheelchair around here, I can't possibly get a wheelchair, blah, 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 and just let all of the material, the corporeal senses, I let go of that, and I embraced the idea that I included all right ideas, and then followed the intuition, and then there was a wheelchair on the side of the road. Anyway, I'm belaboring the point, but it's a cool demonstration of that fact that when we express any amount of good, included in that is all the power of God, all the intelligence of mind, all the volition, action, and impulse that is in God and is expressed as us. So we include it already. And so being grateful for every little bit of goodness that you're expressing Be grateful for that. Recognize it, call it forward, and recognize that the source of it is divine. And when we recognize that the source is divine and not personal sense, when we diminish the corporeal sense of things and we recognize the divine source, then we're aligned with the all power that is God, the all intelligence that is mind, the all abundance that is love. So, and that was a cool example of that. So I just wanted to share. Anyway, it's been a while since I've been on. I missed you guys. I was traveling a little bit, speaking at a conference, and which I love doing. And I just send you love. I send you love, and I send you abundance, and I send you lots of good for your day. And know that included in that is the all good of God. So lots of love. Talk to you soon.